Is this thing on? Think it is on. And is this thing on? Yep, it's not a beer. It's a good green tea matcha, hot. Honestly, this year I haven't had anything but my one beer every video or water, black coffee, or tea. Yeah, I don't know. I had to make some life changes. Getting old, 47. Gotta make it up. But I digress. That's not what we're here. That's not what we're here for. All right. So check it out. Last video I said, hey, well, 2 videos ago, hey, don't change your board setup. It'll be awesome and it'll help you gain some consistency and it's gonna be right. Get away from the board madness, if you will. And then I decided I was going to go change my board setup, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's not that I wanted to change my board. I wanted to try Thunder trucks again. I couldn't remember why I left Thunder. And I didn't want to put Thunder on my All I Need board. So I set up a whole nother board as close as I could get to my All I Need, just to give Thunder a try. And I think I learned some valuable lessons in the whole deal. But let's get on with the video. Let's talk about this guy, Bill Weiss. Bill Weiss. All right, he worked for Dwindle for 20 years, mostly focused on blind. He was product manager, team manager. I think he's team manager, marketing manager, like doing all those things to kind of keep blind moving ahead. And in that time, he wanted to build better boards, things, more focused on transition and bullet street and just do cooler things. They were going to cost a little more, but it was important to him that if you're going to charge more for a board, put more into a board. If you put more into a board, charge more for a board. And he was given Madness by Dwindle. Madness came out with some sick boards. I love the cutouts, the shapes, the graphics, the foils. Like they were doing a lot of different things to really build a higher end board. And man, it was sick. And I wanted to try one. I just didn't know it was going to be short lived. So I didn't get a chance to try Madness. Yeah, you can go on a website right now and buy Madness on sale. But who wants to support a dead company where all the good people left? So, and it's not just that he left. When he left, a lot of the riders started to leave as well. It's like there's no Madness without Bill Weiss. Like just one after another after another. They just all left, and that also just took out Enjoy and other companies that created the opportunity to build Opera. So Louis Barrietta, Steve Douglas, Bobby Boyle, and Bill all built Sidewalk Skateboard distribution. And this is all new distributor that's taken some of those families out of home, Jacuzzi, which was Enjoy, Slappy, which is all new, and of course Opera, all under one roof. When asked why did he name it Opera, I'll just read this to you. He said, I always liked the idea of what an opera represents. I love the fact that the literal definition of it is a performance of one. To me, that is skateboarding in a nutshell. It's just you, but you can have just as much fun yourself or with a group. I think that all the stuff that comes from the idea of operas and the stage and the theatrics and storytelling, I was always moved by that and the masquerade and the mischievous nature of what opera's all about. I think that's pretty cool. So I wanted to get an opera board too, right? I'm interested. So I got this 8.5, 32 by 5, Sam Beckett. It's got both a 14.5 and a 15-inch wheelbase. I went with the 14.5, and we'll talk about the board a little more as we get into this. But yeah, I saw that big nose, that 14.5 wheelbase, and I was like, man, let's get after it. So although these boards were made mostly for transition and bowl and street and everything else, I wanted to skate it for street because I already skate an 875 on my street tricks, and I love this nose. It's a little hefty, this board, and we'll get into that as well. But man, it it really does. That nose allows for a lot of forgiveness. Number one, it's flatter than my old knee, a little less concave, which is good and bad. Um, but also the Thunder Trucks was a mistake. I shouldn't have used the Thunder Trucks. Now I know why I left Thunder. Well, what's happening here? Shove out.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
But all right, I digress. I keep saying that. Back to this. I got to go to a new park in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's not a new park. It's called Above the Board. It's been there for a while. I spent most of the time trying to work on this bump to ledge and just doing backside nose slides and frontside nose slides. I was trying to go backside nose slide and then frontside nose slide, but the park was very, very dry. I didn't want to wax the ledges. It's not my park, so I was just waxing my board. But I just couldn't get enough speed or enough slide to carry more through. This is like my best run, but the band was there, and then I didn't quite make the front side. But it was a good time. I really wanted to take that nose slide all the way off the edge. I just couldn't get it going, but it was definitely worth the trip. And of course, we got a heel flip test this board again. It's a big board, and the thunders were heavy. But we got our heel flip. Boom. Still got a little pop for the old man. It's hard for me to pop these days with some injuries, but oh man, that was rad. Let's rewind that. Yeah, that's my boy Brian. You got a kick flip, same time I got a heel flip. That was rad. And that's what it's all about, right? It's like skating with the homies, regardless of what board you got, where you're at. Man, you got some homies to skate with. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. So like, hey, adventures, why are you always doing nose slides? Like, honestly, first part of every session, I'm trying to learn something new, man. Like, I want to learn new tricks. I have got a couple new things coming up, not big, but stuff. But when the homies show up and it's time to skate, like, I want to skate. I don't want to just sit there and struggle the whole time. That's no fun. So I do what I can do. And if we're on the box, we're on the box. And I'm probably going to do front side nose slide, backside nose slide, backside shove out. Like, I want to perfect these tricks. I want them to be instant. I want them to be locked in every time because I'm skating with rad dudes, man. I don't want to be there falling all over the place. I want to look cool, you know? Like, I think we all want to do cool tricks. So it's pretty rad. Like, for real, the homies at the park, they keep it hype. They keep it legit and super supportive of my skating. And it's hard to beat. Like, I'm skating with some good dudes. It's hard to believe there's like regular dudes out there that just skate at this level. And I'm the only one filming. They're not filming. They're just out there getting their tricks. Like, that's sick. Like, look at that. That is gnarly. And he's just out there just skating. Here are some of my favorite clips. I put best clips, but I should have put favorite clips from my time on this board so far. Of course, you got a heel flip on the bank. That's a known staple. Here I did front side, nose slide, trying to go to manual. I just couldn't figure out how to get out of the manual, like to pop off the board or drop down correctly. I probably just need more speed. But we got the nose slide. We went in the manual, and then we just kind of drove off. This was in the streets. It was a very dry spot, not waxed. Tried to do no slide shove out, got it kind of stuck, went for it, and then I landed too far on the tail. I didn't get it. It's no go. But hey, we're making progress in the streets. This is a similar spot, and I was able to get front side nose to regular right there, and then I was able to get backside to fakie. Nice. Let's hyped on those, right? Getting some street clips, getting out of the park. Back at the park, this is like the biggest ledge in our park, and I was able to slappy up onto it in the front side, come down. So pretty stoked on that. That's big. But this is the biggest slappy I've ever done. Slappy backside on this big marble ledge. Like, it is taking everything in me to huck this board up there because I'm not popping it. I am slapping it and pulling it up there, and like super hyped on this clip. That's a big slap. So yeah, that was rad. So here's the board. All right, let me adjust my camera so I can see what I'm doing here. Hold on. All right, so here's the board. All right, like I told you, I went with Thunder trucks. I wanted to try Thunder again. And what I really learned out of is the hanger is too far forward. So in Thunders are forward, and then Indy and Ace start to go back towards the center of your board. It widens your wheelbase. Well, on nose slides, that can cause the wheel to hit before your truck, and that can make things complicated. But I mean, they were also very tight. The bushings, like I never had them past a single thread, and they felt tight the whole time. But the wheels, I use these 84B bones, and they're harder than 101A. They forgiving on the ledge because they don't stick. So between the wheel and the big nose, which faded awesomely because they had like a silver paint, the blue paint, and the black, so that looks rad as we did our nose slides. Between the nose and the wheels, we were able to force through. I won't change this. Like this is what I'm gonna keep these trucks on. I've got another another board coming up. That's smaller than this one, but this has been sick. This is all embossed right here. There was some embossing on the nose, but we skated that off. And then I use this pepper grip. Like first time on pepper grip, man, I'm sold. Like this stuff's good. It works really well. I wish I wouldn't. I wish I would have gripped the Opera because on fakey ollies, that's really where my foot needs to be. But in general, the sport's sick. And if you haven't checked out an Opera, I highly recommend you go check them out because they're rad. We're gonna do another one in an upcoming video, and I'm super hyped on it. Never got to try the Madness. We'll just go ahead and do this. Right? Ready? Ugh. We never got to do the Madness, but that's okay because we're getting to skate the operas, and I think they're sick. And my local shop carries them over at DeVille Skate Shop, so that's rad. All right, let's go to the next thing before I just keep talking about this board, which I could because I like it. All right, so we said we're getting in the streets. This is the first official street clip. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, oh shit, hold on, what do we got here? Breaking news: the man who sold the world is back. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Steve Rocco released a letter on the Sidewalk Skateboards Instagram, and it essentially says, like 20 years ago, I conquered the skate world and tried to destroy it, flooding it with cartoons and stuff, and now I'm back to destroy it once and good for good with Sidewalk. And Sidewalk took some heat, so they had to release a statement saying, "Oh no, he's not going to influence us that much." That would be crazy because Steve Rocco's crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting because he's a marketing genius and he can build a team. He did conquer skateboarding once, and we'll see if he can do it again. But anyway, that's it. That's the video. Appreciate you checking it out. The last video, there might be something on there for you. And past videos are always rad, but we're gonna get more at you quicker. So hey, go do something rad. Thanks for being rad. I appreciate you.